Imagine a world where the mighty Roman Empire has fallen. Its grand city Rome has been reduced to rubble, and the once powerful legions are no more. Most people believed that when the West fell in 476 AD, the dream of Rome died with it. But what if I told you that the heart of Rome didn't disappear? It simply relocated, adapted, and survived for another 1,000 years. The fall of the Western Roman Empire is often seen as the end of an era. By 476 AD, barbarian invasions and internal strife had brought Rome to its knees. The last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was overthrown by a barbarian chieftain named Odoacer. Rome, once the center of civilization, crumbled, and with it the West fell into a dark age. But in the East, things were different. Emperor Constantine the Great had already set the stage for the survival of the Roman legacy. In 330 AD, he founded the city of Constantinople, not just as a city but as a new Rome, a city positioned on the crossroads of Europe and Asia, where cultures, religions and trade routes met. Constantinople was designed to be more than just a new capital. It was a fortress, a beacon of civilization, and a symbol of the eternal Roman Empire. It sat at the gateway between East and West, perfectly positioned to defend itself against invaders and to control the bustling trade routes of the Mediterranean. And when the Western Empire fell, the Eastern Roman Empire, with its capital in Constantinople, would endure for centuries longer than anyone could have imagined. The real rise of the Byzantine Empire came with Emperor Justinian I in the 6th century. Justinian wasn't just another emperor, he was a visionary. His goal? To restore the Roman Empire to its former glory. And in many ways he succeeded. Justinian launched a series of military campaigns to reclaim the Western territories that had been lost to barbarian kingdoms. Italy, North Africa, and Spain all came under his rule, albeit briefly. But Justinian's vision was clear. He wanted to reunite the empire and make the Eastern Roman Empire the center of the known world. His military conquests were remarkable, led by the general Belisarius, who achieved stunning victories over the Vandals in North Africa and the Ostrogoths in Italy. These campaigns weren't easy, and they didn't last forever, but they symbolized something important. The Byzantines were far from being just passive survivors. They were active builders, working to revive the empire's former power. But Justinian's legacy wasn't just military. It was cultural and legal as well. His greatest achievement might be the Corpus Juris Civilis, or the body of civil law. This monumental work was a comprehensive compilation of Roman laws, customs and legal principles. It laid the foundation for the legal systems of much of Europe for centuries. Then there was the Hagia Sophia. When Justinian decided to build a church that would reflect the power of God and the power of the emperor, he commissioned this architectural masterpiece. Completed in 537 AD, the Hagia Sophia became the largest cathedral in the world, a symbol of both religious devotion and imperial grandeur. For all its glory, the Byzantine Empire was far from invincible. The empire faced constant threats from all sides. In the 7th century, the Byzantines were under pressure from the Persians in the east, while to the south, the Arab armies were expanding rapidly, threatening Byzantine territories in the Mediterranean and beyond. One of the most crushing defeats came at the Battle of Yarmouk in 636 AD, where Byzantine forces lost their key territories in the Levant to the Arabs. The loss of Syria, Palestine and Egypt was devastating, and many historians thought the empire might collapse. But the Byzantines were not done yet. The Byzantines were nothing if not resilient. In the 7th century, they faced a siege by the Arabs, a siege that lasted for years. But Constantinople's walls held firm thanks in part to an innovative weapon called Greek fire. This mysterious incendiary liquid could burn on water and was used to devastating effect in naval battles, repelling invaders and ensuring that the city remained safe. Even after the loss of key territories, the Byzantine Empire adapted. It became more defensive, focusing on protecting its capital, Constantinople, and its remaining provinces. Over the centuries, the Byzantine military would continue to innovate, using strategy, diplomacy, and military tactics that would keep them in power for centuries. But the Byzantine Empire wasn't just a military powerhouse, it was also a cultural beacon. Its legacy in art, architecture, and religion would echo through the ages. One of the hallmarks of Byzantine culture was its religious art. The iconic Byzantine mosaics, with their shimmering gold backgrounds and heavenly figures, became the standard for Christian religious art across the empire. These mosaics were not just beautiful, they were meant to convey the presence of God and the divine authority of the emperor. The Byzantines were also responsible for spreading Orthodox Christianity across Eastern Europe. St. Cyril and St. Methodius, two Byzantine missionaries, brought the faith to the Slavs, even creating the Cyrillic alphabet that would become the foundation for many Slavic languages, including Russian, Bulgarian, and Serbian. This religious and cultural influence stretched far beyond the empire itself, reaching places like Russia, Bulgaria, and even parts of the Balkans. The Eastern Orthodox Church, with its Byzantine roots, continues to be a major force in the world today. But even the mightiest empires eventually faced their end. In 1453, after centuries of fighting off invaders, Constantinople fell to the Ottoman Turks. The Byzantine Empire, which had lasted for over 1,000 years, came to a tragic end. On May 29, 1453, the walls of Constantinople, which had stood for centuries, were breached. The last Byzantine emperor, Constantine XI, made his final stand, but it wasn't enough. The Ottoman Empire had finally taken the city, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire. Though the Byzantine Empire is gone, its legacy endures. From Roman law to Christianity to art, its influence is still felt in the world today. And while Constantinople may have fallen, the spirit of the Byzantine Empire, its innovation, resilience, and culture will never be forgotten. Thanks for joining us on this journey through one of history's most fascinating empires. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories of the past. Until next time.